Does this look stupid? What is up, future me? This is a little time capsule, Monday, March 23rd. See you in 10 years. In 10 years, man, just remember that you were wearing this every single day. You were here with Paco, the magic dog. Say what's up, Paco. Paco, say what's up. You got beans and fish. Eating beans and fish, sunflower seeds, and a bone broth. And look at this sick apartment. Man. How about some gratitude? I don't know how or why you ended up here, but yeah, I mean, quick second, special, red, FIFA. Let's see if it comes up. I came across this YouTube video 10 years, 11 years ago, and it's just like, dude, look at this fucking beast. Yeah. I was making FIFA YouTube videos 11 years ago. The only regret is I did not keep going. That kid makes me proud. I only hope to make 10 years down the line me as proud as that kid made me. Okay, enough rambling. What the hell is going on? Why? Life is a game. 3 Ys. Wow, that's like 1 Y here, 1 Y here, 1 Y here. It's pretty cool. You would think I planned this. I didn't plan this. Life is a game. What the hell is going on? Okay, the thesis. Life is a game. Most people don't know they're playing. I want to build a tool that helps people not only understand that life is a game, but help them play the game that they want to play. Okay, cool. What does that mean? Well, basically, we all have dreams and desires and so on and so on. But society like throws all this stuff at us and is like, you know, go to school, get a job, follow the traditional path. But that system that we've kind of lived in and under for, I don't know, a pretty long time, it's all done. It's over. Like I can go on any of the AI websites and ask it to write me Shakespeare and it will. And then I could say, okay, write that Shakespeare about my life. And it will. Like we have access to an abundance of intelligence always. And you know, this isn't a dark future we're heading towards. It's actually a pretty bright one, in my opinion. But how do we make sense of our existence in this tech-forward future? Well, basically, I see it is we're just going to be artists and we're going to be entrepreneurs, and it's like the best thing ever. So I started writing this manifesto today because I was like, okay, if I'm going to make a website, we should make a manifesto. And I guess, you know, the point of this is to plant the flag in the ground to show that like it doesn't really make sense yet, but one day it will make sense. And so to that, I'm just going to, you know, afford you full freedom to just like let her rip. So what we're looking at here on the left is Obsidian. Obsidian is a markdown file editor. Okay, what does that mean? Markdown is basically just text that we can read and write as humans, but also LLMs can read and write as LLMs. And so do I go into the explanation about Markdown, or do I explain the open clause? You know what? Fuck it. I was going to go down the manifesto path. I started writing this manifesto today. It's pretty chill as is. It's not done. It's never done. But you know, when you see this in the future, maybe it'll have been done. Probably. If it's not done in 10 years, figure it out. The world as we know it is ending. Yeah, everything we were taught to trust, school, career, retirement, the institutions that are supposed to hold it all together, were built for a world that no longer exists. See those M dashes? Thanks, AI. Before the internet, before AI, before any of this, the systems are dated, the rule book is outdated, most people are still following it. But here's the thing, this is the most beautiful moment in human history to be alive. It's never been easier to start a business, to build something from nothing, to reach people anywhere on earth with an idea, a product, a voice, anything, any creative outlet. Like that is the future. It's so cool. The gatekeepers are gone. What's left is just you and whatever game you're playing. We believe the future belongs to the players, the creators, the entrepreneurs, the artists, people who looked at the collapse of the world and saw possibility instead of chaos, people who decided to build something of their own. But most people still don't realize that they're playing a game at all. They're moving fast, working hard, grinding towards the finish line someone else drew for them. The next century won't be won by the most talented. It'll be won by the ones who figure out that they're playing a game, what game they're playing, and play it with a purpose. That's what we're building. Okay, so back to it. that's what we're building. Life is a game. Okay, this is a landing page. Fast forward 10 years. What does it look like now? I don't know. What is the world gonna look like now? Shit, you'll probably have been through World War, dare I say, World War III. I mean, fingers crossed that does not happen, but it seems like we've been on that path for a while now. That'd be brutal. Great Depression Part 2, loading, maybe. I mean, 10 years ago, 10 years ago I was a junior in high school, and now I'm here. I taught myself how to code. I've been on quite an adventure of a ride, but it wasn't until I realized that my own life is an adventure that I really started living this life to its fullest. And basically that's what this is all about, is we're gonna go around the sun so many times, like millions of times. We may as well have fun. We may as well do something cool. And I've been incredibly lucky and blessed, every step of the way, as I'm blessed to be in this wonderful, wonderful apartment right now. But the real truth of it all is you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta put your best out there into the world and figure it out. You gotta be willing to bet on yourself. Okay, so life is a game. We've got some rambling. Hopefully we don't go through World War III and the Great Depression Part 2. Fingers crossed. But what we're building, what I want to build, is the basically the infrastructure layer for identity and meaning, right? So if we can all agree that life is a game and we're all just here to play it and enjoy ourselves, then we can hopefully build a better and brighter world and better, basically society, if we're all just like more creative and happier, right? So I guess we'll go over the state of where things are right now. And I don't have some fancy speech or keynote or anything, but maybe one day, maybe in 10 years, hey, 10 years from now, lock in. If you lock in 10 years, you will have given at least one keynote. I promise you that, okay? And watch this back, and if you don't, you're a failure. Okay, so where do we find ourselves? We're talking about Obsidian before. Okay, cool, Obsidian. You get markdown files. Sure, okay, I can read those marked files. But you know who else can read those markdown files? My y.bot. Y.bot, you want to introduce yourself? Let's say y.bot, introduce yourself for the video. And what you're seeing right now is really jank. So we have Obsidian, we have Telegram. Okay, we're in Telegram. What's going on? But hey, I'm y.bot, Andrea's personal AI. I live on his Mac Mini. I read everything he writes. I remember everything he tells me, and I help him figure out what game he's actually playing. I'm not ChatGPT. I'm not a search engine. I'm the intelligence layer on top of his life, his yaps, his notes, his wins, his patterns. I know what he said 3 weeks ago and whether he followed through. Think of me as a coach that never forgets and never lets you off the hook. Pretty cool. Well said, y.bot. High five. In 10 years, that's going to be a real person, and that'll be a real high five that we have. Mark my words. That would be crazy, but that's how we're going. So, okay, we got this chat thing going on in Telegram. We got Obsidian. If you've been paying attention to the news, well, who knows? This will probably be pretty obsolete in 10 years, but we'll see. There's this fancy thing called OpenClaw. Wow, it's really funny to like give this video in the perspective that it won't be seen for 10 years. Like, think about how much has changed in the last 10 years. Fuck, dude, that's crazy. We didn't have COVID yet 10 years ago. Wild, wow, this life is so cool. Maybe I just gotta yap more. I gotta turn the camera on. I just gotta yap more and let the words flow. Maybe I'm just super crazy. I don't really know. Okay, but we got Telegram, we got Obsidian. What's going on? There was this thing called OpenClaw that came out not too very long ago. I believe it is still the hottest repository in GitHub history. In 10 years, that will probably no longer be the case, which is crazy to even think about. So it's the AI that actually does things. Right, here it is, it's a personal AI assistant. Okay, cool. So it's this like massive giant code file repository that basically does a few things that make it better than Claude or ChatGPT, which is that it's like jailbroken. If you remember back in the day when we had iPhones, and they would basically, like, I don't know if you were on this part of the web, but I was, because I wanted those free games. You remember like Fruit Ninja, and it cost like $1? Well, my parents weren't paying that $1. I was lucky to have an iPod Touch at some point, but I wasn't allowed to get any of the paid things. So I figured out how to jailbreak it, which meant you could get the paid things for free. Anyway, this is like a jailbroken LLM, which means it can do like a lot more things. And really, for me, I'm interested in it for a few key reasons, but basically the breakthroughs are just like the system prompting architecture, its memory, basically the way that the server exists, it's just always on, it's persistent. It has heartbeats, which I just wired my own y.bot to use. And I don't know, I'm probably forgetting something else. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just kind of vibing my way through it. Wow, 2 minutes ago, this guy merged a command. Look at this. While we yap, they are at work. Shout out the people building this repo. Okay, cool. So on my Mac Mini at home, I have my own personal server that I'm talking to. Let's go to Telegram in this chat with y.bot. It's pretty cool. Okay, how does this tie in with life as a game? Basically, okay, if we're gonna be playing this game in the real world, right, and we wanna like spend as much time here physically with other people, I guess the only person with me right now is Paco, the magic dog. We're gonna need some digital companion, tool, assistant, whatever, intelligence, whatever you wanna call it. And that's where I see y.bot and this y.lol basically existing as. But the whole point of it isn't to like write your email. That's a little boring, that's a little dry. It's to like help me be more me. And so I can like do the things that I actually want to do. Which is fascinating because I was gonna give an example. I guess I could go through the, I could go through some of the file structure. Yeah, what do I want to show you? I guess I'll show you how it works, just so I can explain how it works better, and you can be like, holy cow, that guy was really smart, hopefully, or holy cow, that guy was not so smart, hopefully not that. Obsidian, okay, so OpenClaw, yeah, we're walking through OpenClaw. I wrote this manifesto earlier, blah, blah, blah. It all starts with this doc here called agents. And basically, okay, it was a design principle before. It's this thing called progressive disclosure, right? Which basically means you like reveal things as you go. Like if I click tools, anytime, past hour, like that's progressive disclosure. You can see things going on as they're happening. So it's a UI technique, but basically we found out that you can use that to prompt LLMs so that they can like go and pull information as they need. So it'd basically be like the AI clicking this, and then clicking that, which is cool. Okay, so back to the what's going on here. Basically the way y.lol works is it reads this agents file. This is like its rules, I guess. And so on first run, this is something I hacked together for new users. I'm onboarding users to my own Mac Mini to give them their own OpenClaw, so we can start to validate some of the hypotheses and get building and get this in people's hands. It's all pretty cool, to be honest. I often lose sight of that, but I need to be more stoic about it and just ride the wave. Like I was trying to get all this B-roll uploaded earlier. Even this video started out as me being like, let me go through my camera roll. Wait till you get this. Yeah. I hope you never forget this because this is all time lore. I was gonna go through my camera roll on camera, literally, okay, sounds still recording, awesome. And be like, this goes in my B-roll, this goes in my B-roll, this goes in my B-roll folder. Like, number one, who cares? Number two, well, okay, I thought it would be like a cool way to reflect on the past. I'm like, oh, here's my journey in getting here. Number one, the camera roll is like insanely long. Number two, it's like you immediately open the camera roll and you're like, nope, this should not go on the internet. So we decided against that. What we were saying is that ended up just being this video, which is like, okay, screw everything else. Just explain what's going on. Plant your flag in the ground, grow a pair, just put out on the internet the most embarrassing possible version, which is you stumbling your way through this, showing that you don't even really know what the hell's going on, but hey, you're excited, you're just happy to be here, right? And that's what matters. If you can keep that going, that's good. But point is, I was up and down because I was doing this B-roll thing. Okay, I took that B-roll and I was like, put it in CapCut so I could upload it. I want to get an editor. Never had an editor before, but I imagine that'd be helpful. I got to start making content for top of funnel for this thing so we can get people playing this game. Otherwise, none of it matters. Basically, for the last 2 years, I taught myself how to code. Like I was doing like all the things that I didn't know how to do. But now that I like kind of figured out some of those things, it's like, what's the last frontier? selling something. Let's making some money. So it's like, okay, we have an incredible product now, right? I want to productize OpenClaw basically. This is my roundabout way of saying I want to take this. This is like fuck, what's that guy's name? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Guy who took fire from gods. Is it Icarus? It's not Prometheus. This is like Prometheus. I'm like Prometheus. And like the gods, the like tech nerds have this like incredible technology. And you can like scroll on Twitter. Maybe this is dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't do this in a video. You could like scroll on Twitter. Shout out Los. OpenClaw. Come on. Just show me what I got. Meta. No. Timeline. Consumer apps. OpenClaw. There's OpenClaw. All right, cool. I'm being embarrassed. Consumer apps. Anyway, you're just gonna have to believe me. OpenClaw is everywhere. And if this video proves anything, it's that I'm very distractible. I feel like Prometheus. So basically on Twitter, all of these tech nerds are just like blowing up. You make millions of dollars with this OpenClaw thing, this agent that does all this stuff. I wanna take that and I wanna package it and I wanna give it to normal people, okay? And normal people, what we wanna do, and I'm gonna group myself in as a normal person, please accept me, normal people. You know what? No, I'm abnormal, okay? No one's normal. Line in the sand. No one is normal, but we're all figuring it out together, okay? That's the beauty of this. If I can take this thing that's up here, right? Call me Prometheus, let's call this the sun, and I'd be like, and then give it to everyone else, okay? And this is me figuring out how that works. IRL. I've never been a YouTuber before, but I know I gotta start telling this story. I know it's like top of funnel, distribution, and so on and so on. The only way to tell the story is just to be fucking honest. Like, if I had a script, you know what? Okay, I take that back because my short form videos will have scripts. You do kind of have to play the game, which is unfortunate, but these rambles, like let me try to do these once a week, I guess. But yeah, this is like the first one, so who fucking cares? I'm not even gonna put this out there. But this will be cool to look back on in 10 years. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Dude, even just like scrolling Twitter is like a time capsule. Fuck it, why not? We're like trying to run. Google Stitch just came out. It's this new like design thing that Google made. You can just prompt it and everyone's like, oh, Figma's dead. Figma's not dead. Tech has entered its funniest eras. You can spend 3 months building it, but just discover the real job is making shorts about the product distribution first, right? Working, good job, Los. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, OpenClaw's everywhere. This is just like a really interesting moment to capture in the world. Larry Loops, okay, here, OpenClaw, you can see. You're gonna trust me. This is what it's all about. We wanna take this thing that's like really confusing. Okay, so this is running on my Mac Mini, right? Let's get back. Let's focus, right? We're gonna work on focus. This thing is running on my Mac Mini. I bought a Mac Mini. I literally went to the store. One of my best buddies was like, dude, you gotta buy this thing. It's life-changing. And usually I'm like an AI bear. It's kind of a skeptic. I love it. I love it to death. I use it for everything, coding, you name it. But I was like, dude, there's no way. He was like, get a Mac Mini. I went to Queens. I bought a Mac Mini. This thing is running. I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But there's like a trillion things going on. Like you can't. I can't even read all these folders. Like I don't even. Like look how many. Like what? Like I'm still scrolling. Like who's got time to read all this? That's the thing. No one. AI is making like all of this. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what OpenClaw is. Basically, it's living on my Mac Mini. So it's just a server with a file system, basically. And those files are all Markdown, which is text, and then through progressive disclosure, as we went over earlier, OpenClaw, which is just basically Claude Sonnet. You can choose whatever model you want. Goes and reads the context. It's basically like if you go on ChatGPT and put the text in there, it's like reading that and responding to your chat. But like, you know, in an automated way, which is pretty cool. And so we see here, Agents MD is how it does that, how it reads, and so on. And it starts by reading soul.md, which is its system prompt. This is fun. I like doing this because every time I do, I learn something. So you go into soul, and you get these core truths. This is basically a system prompt. This is like if you tell ChatGPT, like, hey, let's just do it, right? Let's just do it. Oh, fuck. Okay, don't do that. Ignore. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're gonna say, you are Dr. Seuss. Tell me who won the Nobel Prize in Math. Let's see if it talks like Dr. Seuss. Oh, listen up close. Let me tell you the tale of a prize that doesn't exist, though many would hail. Right, so we're basically just doing that, but we're making the thing useful. So that's what the system prompt is, soul.empty. Pretty cool. Okay, progressive disclosure. So it reads agents, then it reads souls, then it reads user. Okay, so I'm the user. About your human. So this is me. This is the fun part. This is where it's like, okay, you want to talk about time capsule? Yeah, let's get into time capsule. Dude, this is gonna be like a 1 hour watch. You better get like the popcorn out. All right, you better be like, I hope you're gonna manifest. They say manifest. You're gonna be sitting in front of a massive TV, and you're gonna be watching this with the wife and the kids, and the kids are gonna be like, that was you. And I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, I used to wear this sweater every day. Maybe I still wear this sweater every day. That'd be kind of crazy. About your humans, let's go into this. Who the hell am I? 23 minutes into the video. The rules say you want to introduce yourself right away. I say you make your own rules. 24 minutes after rambling, this is who I am. Andrea, 26 and a half. I live in New York City. I work at a Versi. It's a creative co-working space with a strong founder creative network. That's true. My pronouns are he, him. This was confirmed via my Substack. Time zone is New York EST. My first contact was just over a month ago. So time's moving, okay? Living situation, living with roommates, wants own place. Very true. I don't like roommates. I won't get into it. I walk Paco. Let's do this again. Paco! Yeah, Paco's the GOAT. For those of you who know, you know. For those who don't know, this kind of all started walking Paco. I won't go into the backstory. That'd be like another fucking 6-hour video. But it all started with Paco. And now I'm house sitting because, you know, full-time dog sitting. The family's out of town and I'm here. I'm at Versi most of my time. I'm a morning person. Yep, thanks to Paco. I just finished Great Gatsby in a week. Don't see how that's relevant. But hey, you know what? Ybot thought it was. I think out loud, hence the name Yap for one of my previous apps. I just made a voice journal, got it up and out on the App Store, and I was like, hey, Open Claw came out. Let me go chase the next shiny object. And here we are. We're making life a game. Basically, you know what? In my defense, I did publish this on my Substack a while ago. Good job, Mark. Damn, Mark is Substack viral. I didn't know that. Good shit, Mark. Okay. Watch this. Let's see. I made a plan. End state. Oh yeah, apparently this video cuts out the sound halfway through. Whatever. All the data, ambient capture. 4. Step 4 was life as a game, but then Open Claw came out, and I was like, why am I gonna do steps 1, 2, and 3 if we can just go to step 4? I don't know. So that's where we're at. Anyway, life is a game. I was working here. Oh yeah, I built Yap. So Yap. Let's go back. Yap was kind of where is it? Phase 1. It was like the voice journal. But as I was like, oh, do I want to go to market with this? I was like, no. It also took me way too long. I think because of my own internal friction, I just like wasn't as excited. Like I want everything all at once. And that is something I suffer from. I need to be more diplomatic and play the game. I'm making life a game and I've been terrible at playing it. I'm good at wandering. I'm good at having fun, but not very good at winning. So maybe it's time to start winning. Pretty funny, works her ass off, yes, even though it said he, him up here. My AI does in fact think I'm a woman. In 10 years, maybe that'll be true. This is all subject to change. It's funny, all in, full-time on Yap, no side gigs, not true. Let's fix that. Yeah, I want to rely on ALS for thinking, hence me just fucking riffing. Long form. Can I keep one person? You know what? If I can keep your attention, then I've won. One person. and it's you, right? You got to make all this stuff for yourself. So, fuck it, why not? Biggest weak spots. Okay, here it is. Focus, accountability, execution. Lots of ideas, struggles to be pragmatic about what to work on. Needs to be a better delegator. Zoop, we got rid of the team. Shout out these people. You've been great, but we got to go solo. Goals, at least for now. We want this all to be collaborative, but at this stage, it's a distraction. Goals, short term. The idea was to make enough from Yap to pay rent, but I don't know, a couple weeks into that, I was like, fuck it, we're going all in on the bigger thing. Why? Well, basically, if we can just turn this landing page into a funnel that converts, you click play and you're brought into an onboarding flow when it's like not perfect yet, but that's really the build out tomorrow. And I can make content like this and the short form stuff I'm gonna make. We can throw people at that landing page. People think that life is a game is cool. Then I can charge them for exclusive access, because we want this all to be exclusive. We want this to be really cool and so on and so on. And then I think I can much more quickly generate revenue that way than through Yap, although it remains to be seen, right? This is all an experiment as much as a game. It's also me just kind of figuring it out, doing what I think is interesting. But I think this is pretty interesting, right? I've got like 10 users, right, on my Mac Mini that like it. So we can start to expand that out. That would be a lot of fun. So let's just say, so this, the beauty of Obsidian is you can clean up the file system that your AI actually reads, right? This is like a shared brain. Get her own apartment, get own apartment. I think I changed that earlier. Get enough traction to support a fund rate if he goes the venture route, which is, what the fuck did I do? Which is, okay, maybe we go venture, maybe we don't. TBD. Habits he's working on, quit smoking, yeah. Goals. Support your parents. Buy them stuff. Build Y, the personal intelligence platform. I want to do what Apple did for the personal computer, but for AI. I think Jobs was super cool in that he could take something super technical and explain it in a way that just like moved everyone. And I think this generation is missing that person. And while I spent the last 2 years basically trying to be that person, now have come to grips with the fact that I'm better suited just being myself. And if myself was meant to be that person, then it will be so. But basically the only way to find that out is to just put myself out into the universe as authentically as possible. So fuck a script, fuck any of that. We're just gonna read through my AI files and put that out as a little time capsule, because this is a fun exercise. But yeah, I want Y to be this grand thing because I think that this level, like this game, will unlock self-actualization at scale, and that will be the lever that basically improves quality of life on this planet by hopefully magnitudes. I'm a pretty optimistic person, and I like to think that the future is bright, even though I said we're going to World War III and the Great Depression too. There will be great stuff on the other side. Okay, so goals. Right, I want to connect all the data streams. You might have seen that in that Substack. Health, browsing data, diet, reading, watching, my recordings, right? And so Yap was the edge and the entry point. And if I Yap on my Yap app, it feeds my Y bot. But I don't know. They say you got to focus, and I'm like already so scatterbrained. It's like I did that project. I learned everything I needed to learn. It started as ambient, always on AI. That shit's, it's not the time for that. It's in the Substack. It's phase 3. Maybe we get there, maybe we don't. I think the only way we get there is if we're at the point where everything can run locally, which is a future we want to get to. That's why I'm so bullish on my own Mac Mini. Not really the point of this video. But yeah, I want to be the greatest founder of this generation, not to make the money, but I think that we are at a point where someone, and I would love to believe that it's me, will like move the world in a way that just makes it so much better of a place. And I would love to be the guy that does that. But what I learned, I mentioned earlier, was that by trying really hard to be someone I'm not, aka Steve Jobs, that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to be your most authentic possible self. Hence me just showing up in this format, long form, on the internet, on YouTube, whatever. Like, just be there for yourself. So it's a goal, but I'm not like banging my head against it. This is one of those, like, if it was meant to be, it'll be. Write more, read more, grow a social following. Yeah, be extremely healthy, be an incredible friend and inspiration. Would love to do that. That's awesome. Habits I'm working on: quit smoking. Yeah, I stopped for the last couple weeks and bought a pack, so now I'm gonna stop again. No need. I mean, right? You're like the health nut who smokes. It's kind of ironic. It's kind of cool, but like, we could just cut that out. I want to write more. I want to use AI less as a crutch. You know, I preach all this stuff that AI makes you stupid, but am I just stupid? Who knows? I want to read more. I'm reading The Great Gatsby. I finished The Great Gatsby. Noted twice here. I'm reading, what's it called? A Movable Feast by Hemingway. The Contrarian by Peter Thiel. What else? I think Why I Write by Orwell. I haven't started. So many books. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I just got to read more, right? I'm not reading enough. Reading is what makes your mind sharp. I struggle with focus like anyone else. It's hard. It's annoying. Persevere. So grand vision is personal intelligence. We want to make sense of all of life's data streams, where YAP is the first wedge. Voiced insights. YAP was, but now I think the learning is that voice just is the easiest way to get context up and out, but it doesn't have to be a standalone win as its own product. The long term is to go venture scale. We're going to need engineers if we want to be the Apple of AI. There's the chance that we can do the whole open source thing. It just seems tough. And as delusional as I am, if we're going to operate in the world of realistic probabilities, then going the venture route is probably the highest probability shot to take to maximize the likelihood of success. I have a little bit of money. This is what I gave my AI. I don't know that I actually have this much money anymore. So, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll see in 10 years. Tools and access, sure. So, okay, back to how OpenClaw works. Now you got a little dump on me, right? It reads the soul, it reads the user doc, okay, who I am. Then it reads status. Now this one's gonna be pretty cool to go through. Status, so this is like really what's going on in my life now, right? So the mission is Y is a personal intelligence platform. YAP is on the App Store, but not actually being grown, so that's true. The all-in focuses on Y/OpenClaw. Distribution first, product second. The funnel is the product right now. Priority stack, ask users to pay. So I have these 10 users onboarded. Can I ask them to pay? Or probably before that, I'll do some research, right? Ask them all how it's going and be like, what'd you pay for this? Content engine, end of day today, B-roll folder. So I did that, actually, that's a win. 3 shoots, I made the scripts, I'm gonna film them in daytime tomorrow. Is that an excuse? Yes, but am I taking the time to actually do this video right? Yes, so maybe that's a hedge. That's worth hedging. Yeah, to myself in 10 years, right? That's what this is. So it's on the stack. Landing, onboarding, flow, live, end of day tomorrow. That's true. I want to get that done tomorrow. So the funnel. So if I can throw people at this funnel, we can see if this is a message that converts. If that doesn't convert, then it doesn't matter. We can build the craziest product in the world. This thing already is the craziest product in the world. That's what's so wild about this. Is like this thing that is just a bunch of folders on your screen that I don't even fully understand, like, is world bending and universe bending. But if no one can package it and bring it to the masses, and someone will, right, then it's useless. And that's kind of the opportunity that Jobs saw back in the day with the computer. And so they hacked it together and started selling some. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Delusional, yes. Are we gonna figure it out? Obviously we're gonna fucking figure it out. Come on, look at me. I'm a professional dog walker. Like, if it's not gonna be me, who's gonna do it? Sam Altman? Get out of here. Elon Musk? Could be, but he's too busy, getting us to Mars. So there's that. Anyone else? I don't know. Dario's doing a good job. Shout out Dario. But it's tough. So we're gonna try our best. We're gonna try our best to do that. So if we get the onboarding flow right, we gotta sell. That's basically what that's saying. 10 more users. So we're at 10. We need 10 more. 20. That's the estimated capacity of my Mac Mini. We have 6 human needs that we want to try to satiate. Shout out Amanda, Coach Amanda, for bringing these out. We're gonna go for variety. So we want the LLM to kind of be spontaneous, right? When it reaches out to people. Significance, we want people to feel significant in their life. We can do so with an end of day validation plus reflection prompt. We have Gatsby, so this is a character we're gonna build into the game. So it's social matchmaking between users if we can make it social. Chef's kiss distribution baked in. Then we can connect love and connection. Lease, so I sent a lease to my tenants. That's not really relevant to this. Personal taxes, I got to do this. I guess what I'm showing you is like how fucking good this system is. If anything, this is just an ad for OpenClaw. So thanks for coming to my OpenClaw ad. The story, okay, life is a game. Most people don't know they're playing. We build a personal AI that helps you figure out what game you're actually playing and win it. Starting with your voice, you talk, it listens, connects the dots across your life, and reflects back who you actually are. It's cool. I made it my lock screen on my phone. I wrote that out. Check that out, which is cool. The team, I wiped them. Not really necessary. Yeah, it's just a distraction. Friend came to New York. She's super inspiring. It's giving incredible energy. Roscoe would be cool. Child prodigy. Shout out Roscoe for an open web. James Barnes. Just like people. This actually might not be entirely necessary of a sentence. We'll leave it. Fuck it. Who's really watching this? Onboarding flow. Current spec. 2-step shortcut. So this is shout out Alex again, right? As mentioned there. She got her on the product. Incredible feedback immediately. She just got it right away. Boom. Onboarding's long. So what if you just ask your AI of choice, hey, tell me everything about myself, copy and paste that in. Cool. And then, hear me out. What if you get a phone call? Oh, Charlie, this is super cool. And then Gatsby calls you and it's like, hello, old sport. Gatsby here. Have a few more questions before we, wrap this up. And then you're speaking. You're not typing because you do the onboarding flow on your phone. You're there typing all day. So, right, if we go here, we do this thing. Yeah, I'm ready. Do you see how long it takes to type? Like if I say, yeah, I'm ready, it's done. But I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Perfect. First thing, what's your name? Andrea, right? But now I have to be like that. See how slow that is? So we want to do a phone call. Nice. So we're going to have like a nice onboarding. And then the Ybot made an onboarding spec that should be somewhere over here. Onboarding spec. So that would be here. Hell yeah. So this thing's pretty cool. These are all the questions we ask. But that's not really what this is about. Status. Oh yeah. I'm just going through how this thing works. You can one day look back and be like, wow, holy crap, that was so cool. I don't know. This doesn't really return any value. And I should just be moving faster, right? Like funnel, content, grow. I don't know. I'm just drawn to this, and if you don't feel right doing it, why are you doing it? Like 40 minutes into this, yeah, wow, it's pretty long. And I'm still going. We got a lot to get through here. So the product, Yap, is live on the App Store. YopenClaw, working on the funnel. Gatsby, the named character. That's huge. Infrastructure, runway, yeah. I'm a nepo baby. Deal with it. Waiting on my EIN for my LLC. Here are my live users. It's pretty cool. This works. I want to get this next user. So this is really cool. So this is kind of what drove this, is this status. Is it tells me what I did last week. So I programmed into this game that I gave these users that I do myself an end of week like let's reflect on everything we did last week. And it did. It was like, okay. And I could show you the jankier version of this, which was literally I screenshotted the chat. Can I search the message? Let's see. The wins. Does that work? Yeah, whatever. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But X that out. Here, this thing. Sorry, I got distracted. This thing. I was like, hey, let's do an end of week stand down. And I was like, okay, here's everything we did. Here are the wins from your week. And I was like, wow, I actually had a pretty productive week. App Store, A lot of users onboarded. Versity dinner, we landed 2 new users by accident. Content engine started. I got 2 videos out, 6 Instagram followers. I'm gonna get an editor. The y.lol funnel is live on Cloudflare plus Vercel. This needs to be optimized at this point tomorrow. Onboarding spec upgraded with Alex. Thank you. Gadsby named. Character insight. Wipe the team. Went solo. Right, and it's like, oh, there's your end of week review, which is pretty cool. And then here's what I got to do. I had a Amanda coaching call. It was good. Manifesto drafted. This will go on the website. It's important. The landing page design. I gotta redesign. We gotta make a funnel. Made a people doc. This is pretty cool. This is something I jailbroke myself, but let's just continue to go through this. Agents, so then it reads the today.markdown. This is something I did that's different from standard open clause. It's like a shared context where we can just, how to say, keep track of everything that's going on in a day. So I did this, right, manifesto drafted. I don't know why Amanda came up twice because I didn't give the webhook long enough. It's a little bug, ignore it. 3 content shoots, didn't do that. But I did that, okay. It's cool. This is a work in progress. I imagine an interface where a user will just be able to navigate their day's worth of context on an ongoing basis. This is an early stab at that. It's not perfect. Then it reads the memories. So memories, just ton of files of like everything that's ever going on all at once. You can see this was when I was working on inline quotes for the Yap app. It just has memories that it can reference. And then, yeah, it has like one long standing memory.md, and it tells it how to read it, how the memory is stored and everything. So one cool thing I'm doing and I'm building is people. So let's show you child prodigy Roscoe. Is it on an ongoing basis has memory of the people I talk about in my life. I can kind of map my social graph. Okay, so world building, life is a game. Yes, people are probably the most important aspect of that. We got Gatsby coming soon. We got basically it's able to create this memory based on like my conversation with him. I didn't even record the conversation with him. Imagine a world where you have like granola for your life, right? That'd be pretty cool. Basically like record meaningful conversations. You go to a doctor, you would want to record that, that sort of thing. Roscoe's a super genius, former intern from LSD days, obsessed with the free and open internet. That's true. He hosts his own server. Yeah, he hosts his own website to the open web. Cool guy. Point is, we got people in here. We want to map the social graph. And the big meta point is what ties it all together. This is a GitHub repo. This is a Telegram. This is Obsidian. And this all lives on my Mac Mini. It's just like pieces all over the place. And someone's got to connect it. And yeah, I'm delusional enough to think it's me. And so, I don't know, right? Like, I made it this far. Clearly, something's going on. I think the life is a game thesis is really, really sharp. But the only way to do that is to, like, just be fucking ruthless. Like, I gotta play the game. And that's something that this thing is helpful with, is that it helps me understand the game that I gotta play. And I just gotta play it. Today was honestly frustrating because I spent a lot of time just, like, getting content ready. But that's in preparation of making this media engine and really printing. And so tomorrow it'll be, like, solidify the onboarding funnel on the website. And then just, like, really start printing content. Yeah, accelerate. And then I guess just like think it all through. I know this will all work out, and it's pretty exciting that it will. Trying to think. I'm 45 minutes in. I don't know if there's anything else. Let's ask Ybot. Is there anything critical you think to us? I guess I just gotta fucking make more content, man. Life is a game. I gotta prove it. Like, I'm figuring it out. I have no idea what's going on, and I'm here. A few things. The moment you're in, okay, you're at 0, no revenue, 10 users, around 50K of runway, completely alone. This is the last time you'll ever be this unknown. Yeah, either I figured it out from here or I didn't. But either way, future me needs to remember what this feels like. Yeah, dude, like honestly, you are looking back at you when you got absolutely zero. You are literally only in this beautiful, gorgeous apartment because you need to walk that dog to make a little bit of money to extend the runway and the dream. Like, you are gritty as fuck, okay? And like, in 10 years, I know you're gonna have made it because I'm looking at you right now, and if you have not, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And the only reason you have not is because I did not. I did not go to work. So that's on me to figure out, and I will. But the moment I'm in is zero. As the story's locking, as I have the confidence to put this 50-minute ramble. Whoa, dark mode, hello. This freaks me out. I thought we'd stopped recording there for a second. Dude, the story's fucking locked. I have the confidence to go out on the public internet and say, watch me do this in public, because we're gonna win. This makes sense. You know why? Because you're the grittiest fucking guy on the planet. You're locked. Boats have been burned for so long. Like, it's not even, I say that, but it's not really true. Like, I could probably get a job pretty easily. But the story is locked. We feel good. We feel good enough to get in this, which is, life is a game. Most people don't even know they're playing. That's the thesis. That's it. That's the future we're building. Everyone play this fucking game. Everyone have fun. Everyone enjoy it. Everyone win it. Okay? The thing you're avoiding, I'm avoiding charging people. They're my friends. How am I going to charge them? You know? Okay? Fuck you, Ybot. But you're right. We got it. If we don't have a business, we don't have nothing. Okay? The world doesn't operate on free fucking goodwill. Okay? We want to be the best person we can. We want to make good things. Jobs made incredible products. The iPhone. That shit cost money, okay? So why I quit? Yeah, I mean, marathon, 9 hours, 17 minutes with a broken foot. Say that story if you haven't. I've said that story a million times. If you haven't heard that story by now, well, maybe one day you will. I don't know. We're gonna sign off. This is at 50 minutes. This is a good ramble. We got other things to do tonight, but fuck it. Yeah, you know what? Let's be embarrassed. We'll see you. We'll see you, baby. Love you.